Welcome into the Jam Happy Hour. Hope you are ready for a fun hour of music, conversation, and just getting to know each other a little bit better. Today, we're going to be joined by Anthony Ortiz, who's going to be coming in from Los Angeles, California. Hey, Anthony, thank you for being here with us.
Hello, hello. Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
I hope you don't mind hanging out, conversating, playing, and just having some fun with your Jam Happy Hour friends.
That's what I love to do. Let's do it.
Excellent. I'm excited to learn more about you and, the inspiration behind the music and what keeps you going and all the craziness. But we were talking off camera about a good place to kick it off is where did it all begin for you musically? Like what kind of got you like, I want to do this?
So, so I'm from Tampa, Florida, and specifically Land Lakes, and there's not much out there besides farms and throwing hay.
True.
And yeah, so I like, I really hated throwing hay in the sun, and I
And the
really
Florida sun.
Oh my goodness, it is ridiculous.
It is.
So I desperately tried to figure out a way that I could make money a different way so that I didn't have to do that. And
Right.
I saw a video on YouTube of a guy. His name is Sam Tompkins. He's actually doing really well right now.
Very
But he
cool.
was busking under, like in England on YouTube. I saw him just busking, playing to a crowd of people. And I
Okay.
was like, I don't know how to sing or play guitar. I've never done it before, but I bet I could just. I bet somebody. I might as well just try it, right? And
Give it a go.
yeah, so I found myself just winging it and doing a. Just started. I learned two songs, and I started playing them under this bridge in the Riverwalk in Tampa, Florida, in downtown.
Very cool. Now,
Yeah.
if somebody maybe doesn't fully understand what busking means,
Yes.
can you kind of explain that term?
So busking is like. So essentially, I had a hard case guitar, and I would just go where a lot of people were walking and a lot of
Hmm.
traffic, and I would
Maybe.
open my guitar case and I would just start singing at people walking by, and
Nice.
hopefully like praying that somebody was gonna put money in my guitar case. But the thing is that after doing that for so long, I fell in love with not even the. I wouldn't even count the money in my guitar case anymore. I just loved doing it
Right.
so much, you know.
Aw.
Yeah,
So when you know you made the right decision. And hey, it worked
yeah.
out for Ed Sheeran.
It did. It did actually. Like I don't know. It also got a lot of the fears and jitters out of my nervous system that maybe I
Sure.
would have been dealing with now that I kind of like dealt with at the beginning. So yeah,
Very
it was a.
interesting.
I'm glad I did it.
Well, we're glad you did it too.
Yeah.
And it feels like a great jump off for our first song here in the Jam Happy Hour. What would you like to start us off with?
The first song that I ever learned was Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. But
So
I
good.
mashed it up with this song called You and Me by Lifehouse because I really felt like I
Yeah.
resonated with both of those songs.
Okay.
So this is the first song that I ever learned how to play, and basically got me into my musical career. So, yeah,
All right. Well, Anthony Ortiz, take it away in the Jam Happy Hour.
thank you guys for listening. What day is it? And in what month this clocks never seem so alive. I can't keep up, and I can't back down. I've been losing so much time, 'cause I don't want the whole world to see me. I don't think that they understand. Everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know who I am. All of the things I wanna say just aren't coming out right. I'm tripping on words. You've got my head spinning. I don't know where to go from here. I don't want the whole world to see me. I don't think that they understand. Everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know who I
Anthony Ortiz here in the Jam Happy Hour. It's very interesting to kind of jump off from that 90s inspiration because it seems like that music is coming back around in such a big way right now. There's so many 90s tours that are out. I think you talk about Tampa. I'll be heading there next week to see Hootie and Edwin and Collective Soul.
Yeah.
Um, that sound is coming back around. How do you feel about that? Or do you even see that?
Yeah, no, I do. I think we're entering a realm where everything is kind of becoming popular again. Like,
Hmm.
you can be a famous metal band now. You know what I mean? Like when you
Yeah.
before it was like underground. But I mean, it's what I really love the songwriting and the feelings that I get from listening to music that I feel like I would call classics.
Yeah.
And
We'll
I
allow
just
that.
yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Are
So
we calling the 90s the classics, Anthony?
to me, a classic is just like there's nothing more classic than just a guy singing with a guitar. You know, it's just
Sure. Yeah.
so to the roots of what music is, and
True.
how simple it can be and how amazing and big it can be from just that. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, but I love it, and I definitely apply it to the music that I make myself as well. Yeah.
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about your songwriting process. And you talk about how, you decided you were going to do this and you weren't really a singer and you weren't really a guitar player and you jumped in and you taught yourself, to be comfortable and to do both of that. I think your playing is fantastic and you're singing as well.
Thank you
Um,
very much.
but when did songwriting become a part of what you're doing?
Um, well, so in the beginning of everything, I was just singing everyone else's songs, right?
Hmm.
And through that, it made me really like listen to what I was saying. Like at first, I was just singing a song. I never really listened to what songs really said. Also,
Ah,
when you're 17 and 18, I feel like I just heard so I could hear a Latin song that I didn't even speak Spanish, and I'd be like, I like this song. But then
right.
the more I sang it, the more I was listening to what they were saying, and I was like, I really want to try this. And it was scary because even in a room by myself, I was like, I wouldn't. It was hard for me to be vulnerable with myself.
Hmm.
Um, and uh, and I think I had some really cool opportunities that happened under that bridge. That
Right.
before I even made my own song, I was on The Voice on NBC The Voice, and
That'll definitely influence you.
yeah, it pretty much said I said to myself, I don't want to do anything else, so I better write some songs. So yeah, so
I
I
do want
just
to paint the picture though for everybody enjoying the Jam Happy Hour though, because when Anthony's talking about performing under the bridge, this is not like, in a van down by the river. No, this is a beautiful area. It's right on the water. There's
yeah.
lots of people having a great time walking around. They're eating, they're drinking. It's a very good vibe. So I just wanted to clarify you were not playing your guitar under a CD bridge.
No, 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 not yeah. It's like yeah, it's a river walk, and like there's like a bridge that goes over the water, but
Hmm.
under that there's a walkway that's very beautiful, and it's right
Right.
on the ocean, and it's yeah, 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 yeah. But
Not in a
that's
creepy way.
and it was amazing how perfect it was set up because I didn't have a microphone, and like that cross section between where I was and that bridge over me created the most
Hmm.
beautiful natural echo loud
Echo, yeah.
microphone for me. So you were forced to listen to me whether you wanted to or not. You couldn't really walk away because it
All right.
was
Well,
just
thinking about that beautiful Riverwalk area, let's say
yeah.
you weren't the performer. You were just out there kind of enjoying yourself, having a great time, friends, family. Who would you love to roll up on performing, busking under that bridge?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, I would say I would love to see Sam Tompkins. He's the reason
Yeah.
why I even he gave me the idea. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm sure he got the idea from somewhere else or just you don't no one knows where to start, especially in a place where there's not really much happening at the time. Because
Sure.
now Tampa's booming, but at the time it was like there was not much going on. So where do you
Sure.
start? So I would love to see him, and I know that he still does pop ups around places. He's being his career is going very well for him, and it's cool to see like how far he's come from the bridge to his career now. And I kind of just would love to see him play that because he's so
That's
good.
awesome. That would be a
Yeah,
really cool full circle moment for you.
exactly, exactly. Yeah.
And for all of us
Um,
too. Feels like a good time to jump into another song here with Anthony Ortiz in the Jam Happy Hour. We've kind of gone from where it all began to kind of maybe what what inspires you these days, and what would you like to play for us next?
Um, I'll play the first song I ever wrote.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's perfect. What's it called?
It's called Spider Veins. It's the first song that I ever wrote, and it's this and that, and I think like throughout the songs that I play, you'll see how much I've practiced and like really try to
Okay,
perfect my craft, and yeah, I
all
think it's
right.
it. Yeah.
Challenge accepted. Spider Veins here in the Jam Happy Hour.
Where are we at? So close. It's been a while. There we go. I like the way you look when you walk, the way that you sound whenever you talking. I love all the spider veins running down your legs, and I'll tell you that every day you're looking fine. I just wanna make you mine, baby. I just wanna let you know I think you're so beautiful. Yeah. I just wanna let you know. I love all the spider veins running down your legs, and I'll tell you that every day you're looking fine. I just wanna make you mine, oh baby. I just wanna let you know I think you're so beautiful. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, no, no, no. I love all the spider veins running down your legs. Yeah, there you go. That's the first song I ever made. So I haven't played that in a long time. So yeah, very
That's
you
the
can,
beauty of it, you know?
yeah,
You can it's going to be there forever, and I honestly it's interesting, like you go with spider veins, you
yeah.
know.
I don't know why. I mean I can talk about it, but
Yeah.
yeah, like there was a girl that I really liked in high school,
Hmm.
and she used to be very self conscious that you could like
Oh.
see her like the veins in her legs, and I liked them, and
Right.
uh and I made a song about it, and I like showed it to her, and she
Oh, how'd she
yeah, she loved it. She loved it. I mean, we had a
Great.
great relationship, like with each other, and like we were like kind of like had crushes on each other or whatever. So I like just
Hmm.
wrote that just so she would feel a little bit better about this insecurity she had. But yeah. So that's the first song that I'd ever made, and yeah, it's called Spider Veins.
That's
Um,
very interesting though, because you talked about, having to be comfortable enough to open up and to be honest when it comes to songwriting. But then like the whole other side is that you also have to be comfortable sharing some of your most intimate thoughts and feelings, not only with the person that perhaps inspired it, but with like people you don't even know. Like
yeah.
how crazy to step across that line.
No, that is very true, and I think I felt more comfortable writing about someone else also than writing
Hmm.
about what I was feeling.
Hmm.
um, because being from Florida and just like the culture of or not the culture but like the way that people are raised there when you're a man or a woman or whoever, it's like man works and takes care of the this and that, and the woman stays home. And like that's how where I grew up. That's how like people live their
Very
lives.
rural.
Yes, very
Rural.
rural. So I was always taught as like a man to just like don't don't let your feelings get to you. So it was a
Mm.
barrier for me it was a challenge for me to break that wall down and like and enter those feelings that I've had the entire time as because I'm a human being,
Right.
and put it into my music and make music out of it. So yeah.
Well, kudos to you for figuring that out. And even at
Yeah.
such an early age, too. Like, no, 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 feelings are good. And not only are they good, I've got this really cool way in which I can actually share them with others.
Yeah, exactly. And also like there's ego to it all too, and like I don't know, I figured out how that I enjoyed it more just to like to just actually let myself feel things. And yeah, and now and I've figured out how to I've blossomed into this person that my even now in my relationships with people, my communication is better, and my friendships are better, and just with everyone because I've figured out how to
Kind of
maturely express myself. Yeah.
and unlock that.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that there's a lot of people that have a wall, and
Yeah.
mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's all right. It's all right, It's
It's
that's just yeah.
okay.
So yeah, that was like step 1 for me for me figuring out how to figure out what I wanted to say, I guess.
Is it ever difficult, like if you find yourself in like a situation where you are being emotional or you are, experiencing, whether it's, a big love or a big fight or a big frustration or something that all of a sudden you're in the middle of it and you get that feeling of like, I want to write a song about this. How crazy is it to stay present in that moment, but also at the same time be like, I'm writing something down. It's like I need a voice memo really quickly.
Yeah.
Like that's got to be so frustrating as a songwriter to be like, I need this right now.
It is. It is. I mean, I guess for me, I if I'm in the middle of something with like let's say I'm having an argument with someone, I
Hmm.
care way more about that person to like than to like jot something down in the back of my head also.
Right.
So like my full attention is in this conversation or this disagreement.
Hmm.
And then later on that day when as I think about things like if the quiet drive home or whatever, like
Oh yeah.
that's when you're like all of your thoughts come in. Like when like you have those moments where you look back on a conversation and you're like, man, I should have said this instead of that.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what it is. And
Oh,
yeah,
I
it's
hate
like
that feeling.
you always figure out the right thing to say at the time that you can't
After.
even say it. Yeah. So I
Well,
think
you can because you can write a song about it.
well yeah yeah that's true. And I think everybody can. I think more people should write down
Mm.
whether it's a song or whether it's like whatever it is. I think letting it out through your notes or your pen and paper is very good for a person's brain and like not loading and keeping so much information up here all the time, whether it's good or
Oh yeah.
bad. It's
No, I
I
agree. There's like
yeah.
a whole like line in psychology of if you write something down, you're a lot more apt to remember it and process it and move forward through it. So whether you're writing a song or poetry or just writing like angry doodles, it's probably a very healthy thing to do.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And like you kind of have to force yourself at first, but then after a while, it becomes a actually a expression, a way of it's like an
Hmm.
outlet. And I have you can have multiple outlets. Another outlet of mine, I love skateboarding, and like that's like an exertion of my energy and like all these things
Hmm.
that like if I'm angry or something at like if life is just weird, I can just go and I can just skate and just get it out of my physical self too.
Right.
Um, like a dog when they
Well,
get
and
zoomies, it's like,
skateboarding has a huge musical culture, attached to it
yeah,
too, which I find very interesting. Like, you don't typically think of that as a singer-songwriter guitar genre of music. That's more, like you said, it's more aggressive, it's bigger, it's louder. Do you have that in you musically as well?
yeah. I mean, I have so a lot of times I love writing for other artists as well.
That's
Um,
awesome.
it's fun to just be somebody else for a day too. Like it's this weird, like it's like
Yeah,
being an actor, right? And you're like, oh, I'm a
sure.
bank robber today on set or something. It's like, oh, okay, I'm writing an R&B song, or I'm writing a country song, or I'm writing a rock song, and like you get those out of you. And I like doing that. But for myself too, I think
Very cool.
on stage I get that because I have heavier songs, but you know when I have my band, it sounds a lot bigger. I
Yeah.
just love finding an intimate way to play all the songs.
Hmm.
But yeah, and right here on the stage, I just had a show here um, last week, and it was so fun and so big, and it was very fun. Yeah, so yeah.
I want to talk more about the live show and the performing and what's coming up, but it feels like a great time to jump into our third song here in the Jam Happy Hour. If you're coming in late, I invite you to go follow Anthony on all of his socials. And if you're enjoying the music, go hear the other versions of these songs and add them to your playlist. And because everything just kind of helps it grow and get out to more and more people. What would you like to play for us next, Anthony, here in the Jam Happy Hour?
Um, Thank you by the way for telling people to listen to my
Of
music. I really
course.
appreciate that. This next one is the last song that I just released. It's called "Love You,"
Oh,
and
brand new.
yeah, and this is about a person too.
Yeah, I would imagine. Anthony, here's Love You in the Jam Happy Hour.
You make it hard to focus. Need Adderall and wine. I swear that I'm not lying when I say this don't happen all the time. Yeah, I just want attention. Hard eyes in the mansions. Here, drop me some photos that can help relieve the tension. Practicing my I love yous. And I'll be honest, you're what I'm wanting. There's something about you. You're something different. You're what I'm missing. Keep my feelings back and blow down. Bit off more than I can chew, yeah. See the future in your eyes. Do you even glare at mine? You and me together, picture perfect. Make me wrap my feelings down in cursive. What's your love language? Trying to learn it. I just want attention. Hard eyes in the mansions. It drove me some photos that can help relieve the tension. Practicing my I love yous. I'll be honest, yeah, you're what I'm wanting. There's something about you, yeah. You're something different. You're what I'm missing. Just want attention, hard eyes in the mentions. Airdrop me some photos that can help relieve the tension. Practicing my I love yous, yeah. I'll be honest, you're what I wanted. There's something about you. You're something different. You're what I'm missing. Yeah, yeah. There you go. That's the second time I've ever played that song, so bear with me here.
Only the second time. Okay, well, you
Yeah.
pulled it off. Thank you for
Thank you.
performing that. Love
Thank you
You
very
here
much.
in the Jam Happy Hour with Anthony Ortiz. Let's talk about live music. You had mentioned that You play with the band. Obviously, you're comfortable playing on your own. What is the live music experience? If we were going to come to your show,
Yeah.
how are we feeling?
You're about to. I'm gonna say things that people don't want to say, that are afraid to say.
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like that's how I write a lot of music. Is I'm so honest with feelings, and I kind of like say things that are where the truth hurts.
Hmm.
And in good ways and in bad ways. I like to make people feel like, remind them that at my show at least, like, hey, after you leave here, you're gonna go back to your life, but I want you to live it more full and more present. And I like I always try to encourage people to like keep your phones in your pockets whenever you come to my show
Yeah.
too, because I want you to like really be like in the moment, and I want that to stick with you when you leave here as well. And like, you know, when you're driving or whenever you're watching a TV, just like, I don't know, look out a window or something, like
Yeah.
be present in life. So I feel like
Well,
I try to bring that aspect a lot.
tech is a monster, you know. It's like
Yeah, yeah,
it's the devil and the angel at the same time too. Because of tech, we can share so much even when we're not together, a la your music or any kind of music that we're loving. But at the same time too, when tech is involved, you are tethered to it, and it is so hard to put it down. I know Coldplay makes a really big deal during the show to have everybody put the phones away, and it is an amazing moment that you can share with 30,000 of your friends,
yeah,
to have nobody be connected. It's euphoric, honestly. So
yeah,
yeah, keep encouraging that.
yeah. I also like. I mean, I'm 26, so I grew up like right in middle school, right when Instagram came out, and right when Snapchat came
Sure.
out, and I saw like kids now are 8 with a phone, and I didn't get
Oh
a phone
yeah.
until I was like 12, or like a little older, and
Hmm.
like and and I don't know, I feel like, and also for fans that come to my shows and stuff, I'm like, you see me on Instagram and on Twitter and Facebook all the time. Like, I have to be on social media just as much as
Sure.
you're watching me on social media as well. So
Hmm.
let's take this moment and like let's make eye contact, and let's be humans, and let's sweat, and like, I don't know,
Yeah.
it's just like this real experience of being a real human being.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about bringing things big with the band, and then also bringing it so intimate, and just having like this roller coaster of loud guitars, and then piano, and then I don't know, just it's I like to make it art, and I like to make it real, and I don't
Well,
care if I mess up. That's just because we're all human, no one's perfect. And yeah, that's how I go about things at the
eye
shows.
contact is a lost art, so
Yeah.
I think it's something a lot of, like, especially you talk about the younger generation coming up, they're way more comfortable to look into the phones than to look up at
Yeah.
maybe their favorite artist performing right there in front of them. Because this is so, on that same vein, and then we'll jump off of it. There's this whole like theory that when you're literally recording something, your favorite artist, you remember actually the recording. You
Yeah.
don't remember
Yeah.
the actual moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And me as a fan of music as well, and fans of other artists, like, I have done that, and like
Yeah.
that is
You're like,
very
I
true.
want this moment. I don't want to forget this, but
Yeah.
you've already forgotten it because you're not in it.
And the truth is like, the reason people record things is to like prove that you were there, or like, maybe, I mean, so I don't know. I've never like really looked back at a band video I've had and like watched it over and over again. I just I remember how it feels when I was
Yeah.
there. I remember how
Well,
it
that's
smelled
it.
when
I
I was
think
there.
people
Yeah.
want to grab that feeling.
Mhm.
And if I
Yeah.
can record this moment, I can record that feeling, and it doesn't work that way,
Absolutely. And I feel
sadly.
like with my newer songs, I like, yeah,
Hmm.
very sadly. And I feel like with the newer songs I've been writing, whether it's for other people, or with myself,
Hmm.
or if I'm collaborating with other people as well, uh, like I said, I like to say things that maybe people are thinking but they don't want to say. Um,
Okay.
and like telling someone, like, what's a scary thing to say is like telling someone you love them, right? If for the first time, or like, and
Hmm.
like, I don't know, or just saying what's really on your
Or
mind
I
and not
don't love
sugarcoating
you.
things. Yeah, or I don't love you. That's very true. Yeah.
There's a
Um,
song.
yeah, I don't love you. That's very true. I mean, I'm sure people have those. I'm sure there's way angrier versions of that too. That you get up. you know.
We don't want to do angry.
No, no, but they exist because it's full of it's every emotion ever you have. You can put it's an outlet,
Sure.
and you put it out and people can relate to it, and yeah, like love you is me wanting somebody and not knowing how to say it, but it's like in the song I'm saying I just want attention. Like
Hmm.
airdrop me some photos that can help relieve the tension. Come on, like just be mine, just be mine. So
Yeah. Oh, I think
yeah,
that's a feeling everybody can relate to for sure.
exactly, exactly. So, yeah, and I yeah, like I said, I strongly encourage no phones and like let's just be a group here of friends and have a good time and listen to some music. So yeah.
What are your live music plans for the rest of 24, which I can't believe is
Mhm.
we're already into the fourth quarter of which and coming into 25, like what's going to be next for Anthony Ortiz?
So next, I just submitted my next single coming. I don't have the exact date yet. It could be a week
Mhm.
before or after, but that'll come in the next couple of weeks. I'm super excited. Um,
Yeah.
I have a show November 14th. I'm playing a festival, my first festival ever. It's called the Dirty Fest. Um, it's a new one, but there's some cool artists on there that I'm gonna be front row. Um,
So it's your first festival, which is kind of
yeah,
interesting. Like you said, like all these other artists are going to be there. It's you're going to be definitely pulling off that vibe. You have to,
yeah,
to be around all
yeah,
that good energy. Um,
absolutely.
I would be interested to talk to you afterwards and be like, yeah, festivals for sure, 100%.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And it's a new experience for me too, cause I I mean playing right. The difference that I've noticed is busking, playing in front
Hmm.
of people that don't know who you are and they've never heard of you, and they're walking by and you have to try to get them to listen to you, right? It's like fishing or
Right.
something. And then
Yeah.
it's literally like fishing. And then like my show that I had here recently, it was my Love You release party, and those people came here to see the show. So it's
Right.
like two different sides of the thing where it's like, all right, these people are here to see me. And then at the festival, it's going to be a combination of people
You're
who
totally
don't
right.
know who I am, and maybe they won't like me, and that's okay, or maybe they will find their new favorite artist, and that'd be amazing. Maybe
Yeah.
two people will become best friends at that show, and they will have share this memory of like while my song was playing, they became best friends or lovers, and like I don't know, I'm trying to create all these real life moments like that.
Right.
Um, yeah,
But
so
you're
that's
right. Every time you go to a
yeah,
festival, you always end up falling in love with a band that you've never heard of,
exactly, or even
or the
more in
vibe, or
love with
how
a
they made
band
you
that
feel. Yeah.
yeah, like I've ever been to one festival as a like just watching one, and I went to Coachella
Mhm.
recently. That was my first one.
Well, that's a good one.
Oh, and I saw yeah, it was a good one, but it was a good lineup.
Yeah.
I saw No Doubt, and man, like they are just professionals. Like it's just like I know who No Doubt is. Their songs come on, and I'm like, oh yeah, I love her voice. So like I love all this,
Yeah.
but then seeing them live, I'm like, oh wait, I'm
It's a
truly a fan
party.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Because you saw them in that festival environment you wouldn't have normally, but now
Yeah.
you've got like this whole new like, and somebody's going to do that for you. That's exciting. When's that one coming up?
That one's November 14th. And then after that, I'm planning on going on tour. Still figuring out the like who I would want to go, or if I want to do a headline one.
Right.
There's some conversations premature, but besides that, I'm just releasing music and making music every single day, and I'm very blessed that like I can say that I get to do this and wake up and just make music, and it's like a dream come true for me. So yeah.
I love that. I love that for you. And I love that you share it with everybody too. What is the best way to kind of follow along as far as like, on your socials? We talk, it's the necessary evil, but what is your
Mm-hmm.
favorite platform to kind of put everything out on right now?
Well, I mean, as a chronically addicted person to social media, I'm on every single platform.
There you go.
But you can find me at Anthony Ortiz. But my favorite way to communicate with people is definitely on X, Twitter, X.
Okay.
Um, yeah. But Instagram,
And
Anthony
what are we
Ortiz,
supposed to call
Twitter.
that, by the way? It's always
That.
X, formerly Twitter.
Yeah, yeah. That one.
Makes me tired.
Yeah.
Makes me tired. But I'm glad that you're on it. Because musically you don't see a lot of like artists really kind of diving through that. So I think that's great that you're like kind of mining that audience too.
Yeah, I think it's just a very good form of communication because like your the replies and the way that the it's set up, the format of like how you can talk to a person and
Hmm.
um and like be able to have a conversation through the internet. It's like pretty productive on there. So I do um I am on there a lot, but I
Hmm.
also like my music. If you wanted to listen to it, it's on Spotify and Apple and all of those platforms, just under Anthony Ortiz. And
Yeah, and
yeah,
again, I invite everybody to go and check that out, listen to the different versions of this song. And if you
yeah,
do enjoy them, just the like, the click, the heart, whatever, however you like to show love on your platforms, that really does kind of help grow Anthony's spider web of
yeah,
influence across the musical platforms. And it goes a long way too. Plus, I just like sharing cool new music with my friends, which I also
yeah.
want to talk to you a little bit about you, if you could turn us on to some people. But feels like a good time to jump into our fourth song here in the Jam Happy Hour. Where are you
Absolutely.
taking us musically with this baby?
So this next song, um, this is my mom's favorite song, and she asked me
Aw.
to learn it for her. And this one is called "Chocolate" by the 1975.
I love your mother already. All right. Here's chocolate and the Jam Happy Hour.
I'm gonna call it a split because I know you well. Oh, my car smells like chocolate. I said we go where nobody knows. Hide your guns in your petticoat. You're never gonna quit it, no, you're never gonna quit it, no. We're picking up speed as we're approaching the hill. Ooh, oh, my car smells like chocolate. Now you say you're gonna get it, but you're never gonna get it. Go again, go again, go again, go again, and go. Play it cool. I can be your hero, baby. I can kiss away the pain, and I'll stand by you forever. You can't take my breath away. I'm gonna call it a split because I know you will. Oh, my car smells like chocolate. I said we go where nobody knows. Hide your guns in your petticoat. You're never gonna quit it, no, you're never gonna quit it, no. There you go. That is my ma's favorite song.
Aw,
Yeah.
I like your mom's taste in music, 1975. That's a band
Yes.
that doesn't mind shying away from a little bit of controversy.
That is
Um,
very true. That is very true.
they're also very unapologetic too, though, in the sense of, we're just going to make this music and we're going to perform. And, I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with that as an artist,
Not
letting
at
the
all.
music kind of speak for themselves, for the
Yeah,
songs.
I totally agree. And I also, you know, I think it's okay if people disagree. And I think that's perfectly fine if people have their own opinions, whether someone's right or wrong. Um, you know,
Hmm.
I think that's what we should be allowed to do is be able to have our own opinions and say whatever
And
we.
disagree.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, respect is like a humongous thing that people should have as
Oh,
well.
sure.
But
You said
yeah,
your mom had asked you to learn how to play that song, and seeing as how I don't think you were classically trained in music, so
no.
are you learning everything by ear? And if so, how long does it take you to learn a song?
Um, well, I'm not the best guitar player in the world. I definitely get by, especially like early in the day when I'm like still becoming a person.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
The coffee
So
hasn't kicked in yet.
no, it hasn't. It hasn't. But it's okay. I like, I I do just I practice by ear. Or I mean, YouTube is an amazing thing. People
True.
can learn. You can learn so many things off YouTube. But yeah. So normally I spend a lot of my time like unless if my mom asks me to learn a song or there's one that I really love, then I will learn that because
Hmm.
I love incorporating my favorite songs live in between mine. Um,
Yeah.
and paying tributes to my some of my favorite artists. But I also spend a lot of time just making up things. I think
Hmm.
that helps me that I'm not classically trained, that I can have weird ideas and like just play them and create
Yeah.
them and yeah, like think outside the box a little bit more because a lot of my friends who are classically trained they think in letters and numbers and I'm like
Yeah.
I don't want to think like that so
You're
yeah
like, I'm very non-linear when it comes to,
yeah yeah
creating music or even like learning the music too. Um, if you do set your mind on a song, it's almost like practicing. You talk about skateboarding. I'm sure you put in hours and hours and hours and hours, of skateboarding. When it comes to music, do you think of just that, figuring something out? Do you think of that as practice as well?
yeah absolutely. I think there's many ways that a person can perfect their craft. I think
Mm,
whether it's actually doing it or taking care of your mental health or taking or just doing the things that you love to do that freely lets you fully be present whenever you're doing the thing you love. I think anything that
mm,
allows you to do that I would consider practice. And for like for people who really just truly have a passion of just they don't want to ever stop doing the thing they love, like
right.
it wouldn't even be considered practice. It's just you're just doing it. Um, and I feel
Yeah.
like that's how I think of it myself. I just love making music all day long, all night. Like I can't get away from it. So um, it could be looked at as
Then
practice,
you
but
have to honor it.
yeah, exactly. I love it so much that I just can't stop. You know, so
Well, you had talked a little bit before performing chocolate there that another side of it is a collaborative effort and being able to collaborate with other artists and not so much like writing for other artists, but actually like performing and doing songs together. What do you get from doing songs with others that you don't get from doing your own thing?
oh, so much, so much.
Yeah.
There's so much talent out there. That I come across like I love my friends. They're so talented. All like I'm so thankful for the environment I found myself in. Like
Hmm.
just people who are like-minded and have the same goals and the same like I get shown new things all the time and new people
Very cool.
and I can sit in a room with someone that I've never met before
Hmm.
and like you don't know what to expect and like that's why I love collaboration because someone's bringing something new and a different perspective that you would have maybe never thought of something this
Hmm.
way and you're like whoa I didn't my mind was just opened and then you start working together and you just like it's like putting together two different things that you never imagined would work and then you make something beautiful and I think everyone's goal is to make just one of the our favorite song that day
Yeah,
and like I can't get enough of it. The
that's
so
so cool.
collaboration's amazing. There's so many talented people out there. There's so many talented people.
Well,
Yeah.
if you could bucket list right now, name an artist that you would love to collaborate with.
Oh, I would love I would love to work with Dominic Fike.
Oh, yeah.
Um but I would love to write with Ryan Lewis and
Oh, okay.
I would love to write a song for Morgan Wallen and I would love to write a song for Tyla and Doja Cat. I love all
Very
areas
cool.
of yeah. I love it all.
I
Um
love, yeah, put it out there because it's not, you're not pigeonholed into one sound or one genre.
never
Look what
never.
Post Malone just did. I mean,
Exactly, exactly.
he's
And
killing it in the country game.
yeah, he's so good. He's so talented and he's such a good person and you can see it even like just you can feel it like that he means well and that's why people don't care that he transitions from one genre to the next because most people would probably like question a lot of these things and maybe that happened to
Hmm.
him but people love him too much to yeah,
Yeah, he
to
calls me
care.
ma'am. It's
Yeah.
it's it's the
Yeah.
sweetest thing ever. It's like,
Yeah.
stop doing that, but he
And
just can't help it.
I would love to work with him too, but I feel like he's just so good at what he does already.
Yeah.
It's more of just like, just keep doing that. Just keep doing that. Don't mess with whatever process you have right now. It just seems like it's working. So, yeah.
You talked about having a great environment to kind of explore creatively out in LA. Being raised in rural Florida, though, it has got to be a very vastly different mindset from Florida to California. I'm sure you're pulling inspirations from both,
Yeah.
um, but it has got to be such a different environment out there. Like when you come back home, are you just like, wow?
Oh my God. Even my family, like I feel like I'm always the same person, always
Hmm.
24/7. I feel like I'm the same person. I've grown, um,
Sure.
but I feel like I'm the same person I was before I came here. But my
Hmm.
family, every time I go there, they're like, hmm. Like, so,
You've changed.
yeah, where are your boots at? Where,
Nice.
yeah, but it's definitely different. There it's like the place in Tampa that I grew up. It's called Lando Lakes, and
Hmm.
like the butter stick, except they don't make
Like
the
the
butter
butter.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there it's like the only options you got are going to the military,
Yeah.
going to a college far away, or just nothing good. So
Nothing good.
yeah, it's
Sounds
like
about right.
yep. So and construction, and like I grew up
Hmm.
working a lot of construction and throwing hay and like doing these things, and I don't know. It's like I come here and I've never seen buildings this big or this bright, or these many lights and like all these movie posters. I'm like, man, people really love their movies out here. Like, oh my gosh, like just every single poster is another one, another one. I'm like, wow, this is
It's the
crazy.
family business out there.
Yeah, but I never imagined it, and also it's completely different than what I thought. But I love it.
Mm,
I found home here as well, but it was
beautiful.
definitely hard. So from the voice
Well, we're
to
glad
just
you did it,
yeah,
selfishly, as you continue to spread your wings musically with plans to come for 24 and 25 and to release more music in the near future. So make sure everybody's following along on your playlist for that. Got about time for one more song here in the Jam Happy Hour with Mr. Anthony Ortiz. What
right
would you
on.
like to take us out with?
Um, hmm. There's a
No pressure.
song. No, no, absolutely. Let me think. There's a song that I love. Um, it's recently I've been getting into it a lot. It's just it feels like every time I listen to it, my day is better, and I feel like it'd be a perfect song to end on for the rest of my day. It's called River.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and I know I could play an original, but like I don't know. I just love this song so much.
No, you
I gotta
set it
play
up
it.
perfectly.
Yeah.
So you're going to set us up for the rest of this amazing day with the river. Here's Anthony Ortiz in the Jam Happy Hour.
Been traveling these wide roads for so long. My heart's been far from you. 10,000 miles gone. Oh, I wanna come near and give every part of me. But there's blood on my hands and my lips are running clean. In my darkness I remember Mama's words recur to me. She said, take me to your good Lord and he'll wipe your slate clean. Take me to your river. I take me to your river. I and far from you. Mm. Yeah, yeah. Oh. There you go, Jam Sellers. Thank you so much. I'm Anthony Ortiz. Cutting it
Thank
short
you.
with River. Yeah, it's a good song, and I feel like it makes my day better every time I listen to it. So
Well, we appreciate that. You've definitely made our day better just by hanging out and playing us some great music and letting us get to know you a little bit better. We'll be following along for sure. And if you're ever in Napa, please do come by and hang in person. We would love that.
absolutely, thank you so much. Thank you for being so kind and letting me be up here and play some stuff. Last thing that I'd like to say, everybody, is you know it's okay to mess up. No one's perfect. We can go through our days and have lots of struggles and ups and downs, but that's just a part of what makes us human, and
Hmm.
we should continue to be that. So I'm gonna go get some coffee,
More
and
coffee. We're going to
yeah.
keep being human. And thank you for saying that. We really
Yeah.
enjoyed our hour with you. Thank you so much, Anthony.
Thank you very much. You guys have a blessed day. Bye.